Curious about where the Metro Atlanta real estate market is going to go in 2025? Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or just investing in the real estate market, I've got some information that you need to know about. So let's just dig right in. My name is Rachel Mooney, and I sell real estate here in North Metro Atlanta, primarily focusing on Forsyth County. Now, Forsyth County is about 30 minutes north, just straight up Georgia 400. So everything we talk about in this video is backed by data from our multiple listing service. So let's just talk about where real estate trends, price-wise, what has happened over the last few years here in Forsyth County. Well, since COVID happened of March of 2020, we saw our home prices escalate at crazy paces. Let me just take you back to what traditional real estate would look like, or a very healthy market. Real estate should increase on an average of anywhere from 3 to 7% year over year. That's a very healthy real estate market. When COVID happened in 2020, the March of 2020, we saw our homes increase in value at just an unrealistic pace, the pace that you could not obtain or maintain for a healthy real estate market. And we would have homes prices increase anywhere from 7 to 10 to 14% quarter over quarter. And it just became a really crazy real estate market. Well, you fast forward to October of 2022, when those interest rates started to change. And what happened when they changed and increased, the market went on a complete pause. And we needed that to happen because we could not keep increasing like we were. It became not obtainable for many, many homeowners. And so the government had to put a pause on it. So that's where those interest rates, we saw those jump from 5, 6 to 8% really, really quickly. And the market said, whoop, let's stop for a second. And when that happened, home prices had to start to level off. Well, in Forsyth County in 2023, we saw that really level back off to what we considered was healthy market. Year over year in 2023, we increased our price by 4.2%. Again, if you recall from earlier in the video, that's a really healthy, normal market. Well, in 2024, Forsyth County increased 11.4% year over year. So we kind of escalated and jumped right back up to where we were doing previously. That did not just happen in Forsyth County, that happened in Cherokee County, where it increased 13%. Fulton County increased 2%. Gwinnett County kind of leveled off and flattened again. In 2023, they were like under 1%. 2024, they were about a 0.5% year over year increase. And so, but in Metro Atlanta, in all of Metro Atlanta, the average was 4.9%. So home values are continuing to, depending on the area, level off. But if you are here in North Metro Atlanta, Forsyth County, maybe even Cherokee County, we did see that increase. We are expecting that to continue for 2025. Now, no one has a crystal ball, so we can't predict that increased by another crazy amount by 11%. Maybe it levels off again this year and we have just a normal steady increase of 4% again. Again, that would be a very healthy level market. But where we have been is, again, 2023 at a 4.2% for Forsyth County, and then in 2024, it jumped up to 11%. Now let's talk about rates. Historic rates, when we look at the history of what interest rates have been for many, many years, the average historic rate's about 7 to 7.25% interest rate. That is a really good interest rate to have. As a matter of fact, when I bought my first house in 2001, I believe, my interest rate was like 9% interest rate. And then my husband and I got married, and our first house together, it was a 7.5% interest rate. And I was really excited about that. Well, if you go back to history, right, if we're looking at averages about 7 to 7.5% interest rate, that's historically a really great rate. What happened during COVID, right? In 2020, the government had to really drop those rates because they couldn't risk the economy tanking. They needed to keep that economy going, which is why they enticed people to buy things with lower interest rates. That's why they gave stimulus checks out and all the things, because they really needed to keep this economy going. Well, so many people got used to that 2%, 3%, 4% interest rate. And so then all of a sudden it jumps up in 2022 to 8% interest rate. And again, it put everything on pause. Well, since then, the rates have been kind of leveling off and changing, not really going under 6. I mean, you might find some loan programs periodically out there that dropped under 6, but of 2023 and 2024, they stayed and hovered in that 6 range, 6.25, 6.5. Sometimes you see it jump up a little bit to 7, and it come back down again. And again, historically in the 7s is really a great rate. We're expecting in 2025 for those rates to still hover around in that 6s range. We might see some pockets of time where it drops just below 6. But as a buyer, what my recommendation would be is when you start looking for property and when you're ready to look for property, go ahead and lock in on that interest rate because it does fluctuate on a regular basis. So go ahead and lock in on something. Of course, when you buy a house and you lock in at a certain rate, if rates ever in the future drop to something that's lower and it makes sense for you to refinance the house, and you can do it at that time. But go ahead and locking in on a rate would probably be a very smart thing when you're getting out this year to start to house hunt. So where are people buying property this year? Oh my goodness. If you've watched any of our other videos, you know Forsyth County is one of the best places to live because of our schools, how close we are to shopping and the interstates, as well as we've got great commutes for people that are traveling in town for work. We have a lot of potential here. And so where are people buying in 2025? I'm going to have to say all over Metro Atlanta. I know this sounds crazy, but Metro Atlanta just continues to expand. We have still got affordability in many, many areas. Our schools here in Georgia are great. To be honest, I don't think that you'll find anywhere being a bad investment. If anything, look at some of the more rural areas, especially if you're looking for investment property, and kind of get in front of where the growth is going to happen. We know that growth is going to continue to expand outside of Metro Atlanta. So looking in some of the more rural areas for investment property might not be a bad idea. Going more rural is really going to be a great opportunity for you. Let's talk about our job growth here in Metro Atlanta. We still have so much opportunity. We have some really big companies that have mentioned that they're coming to Georgia, and they've already started. Our movie industry is beginning to continue to take off. It started taking off several years ago, and that's just going to continue. And with jobs brings people that need housing, and the more housing that's needed, the better rate that is for increasing in those property values. So I really think that no matter where you are in Metro Atlanta, you're really going to have a great return on your money and your investment. If you're thinking about buying real estate here in Metro Atlanta in 2025 or selling, I'd love to connect with you and talk to you. And I'd also love to know what your predictions are for the real estate market here in North Metro Atlanta for 2025. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Make sure you drop a comment below, share this video, like it. Always don't forget to ring that bell or to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get the most recent videos that we have coming out. And I look forward to helping you.